Welcome to Charles Travels, the podcast where we explore the world and all its wonders. I'm your host, Charles, and I'm excited to share some fascinating stories with you today. But first, let's take a look at what's been happening in the news. We've got two intriguing cases that caught my attention, and I think you'll find them just as interesting as I do. In Dublin, Ireland, a man named Joshua Rush was sentenced to 5 years in prison for manslaughter after he kicked a 69-year-old pensioner, Charles McCaughey, causing him to fall and suffer a fatal head injury. The incident occurred on June 7, 2021, at Fairview Strand, and it's a shocking reminder of the senseless violence that can happen in our communities. According to eyewitnesses, Rush used a backspin kick, like MMA, on the older man who was simply walking home with a bag of fish and chips. The court heard that Rush had no previous convictions and had expressed genuine remorse for his actions, but the judge emphasized that the callousness of leaving McCaughey lying on the path was a highly aggravating factor. In another case, a man who punched his then-girlfriend for liking a TikTok video had his sentence tripled. The court found that the original sentence was too lenient, considering the severity of the assault. It's a disturbing trend that highlights the need for greater awareness and support for victims of domestic violence. As we travel through life, we often encounter unexpected stories and experiences that shape our perspectives and challenge our assumptions. On this podcast, we'll be exploring more thought-provoking topics like these, as well as sharing inspiring tales of adventure and exploration from around the world. We'll be right back with more fascinating travel adventures on Charles Travels. Welcome back to Charles Travels, where we're exploring the complexities and wonders of our world. As we continue our journey, I'd like to take you to Minneapolis, a city nestled in the heart of America, where the Mississippi River flows gently through its landscape. It's a place of vibrant culture, rich history, and resilient people. Today, I want to share with you a story that highlights the intricate dance between immigration enforcement and community trust. Tom Homan, the border czar under the Trump administration, recently sat down with CBS News to discuss the approach being taken in Minneapolis. As we delve into this story, let's remember the human faces behind the policies and the importance of understanding the nuances of our complex world. In January, the city was shaken by the shooting deaths of 2 U.S. citizens by immigration agents, sparking intense public scrutiny over the tactics used by ICE and Border Patrol. In response, the Trump administration sent Tom Homan to work with local officials, aiming to implement what he calls smarter enforcement. This approach seeks to balance the need for secure borders with the imperative of building trust within the communities they serve. As we travel through America, we often encounter stories that challenge our assumptions and encourage us to think more deeply about the issues that shape our nation. The story of Minneapolis serves as a reminder that immigration is not just a policy debate, but a human experience that affects families, friends, and neighbors. In the midst of this complex landscape, there are individuals working tirelessly to find common ground and foster understanding. From community leaders to law enforcement officials, these unsung heroes are dedicated to building bridges and promoting a sense of belonging among all members of their community. As we pause to reflect on this story, let's appreciate the beauty of everyday life in Minneapolis, the vibrant markets, the scenic parks, and the resilient people who call this city home. Let's also recognize the importance of respecting the dignity of ordinary work, whether it's a farmer tending to their land or an immigration officer working to keep our communities safe. Welcome back to Charles Travels. As we wrap up our journey today, I want to take you to a place that's not so much about physical destinations, but rather about the complexities of human experience and the pursuit of justice. Today's story is one that will likely leave you with more questions than answers, and it's a reminder that truth can be elusive and multifaceted. I've been following a case from Ireland, where a man known as Accused, the 100th, has been standing trial for allegations of rape and sexual assault against his 3 sisters. The details of the case are both disturbing and puzzling, with accusations spanning several years and involving children who were extremely young at the time of the alleged incidents. As the first delved deeper into this story, what struck me was not just the severity of the allegations, but also the inconsistencies in the testimonies of the complainants. One sister alleged that accused the 100th raped her when she was 7 years old, which would have made him 4 years old at the time. Another sister spoke of memories being mix and match, questioning what was real and what might have been created in her own mind. The defense has highlighted these inconsistencies, arguing that they pose a significant challenge to the prosecution's case. It's a sobering reminder of how difficult it can be to uncover the truth, especially when dealing with events that occurred many years ago and involve vulnerable individuals. As we navigate this complex landscape, it's essential to approach such cases with empathy and an open mind. The pursuit of justice must always be balanced with the need to ensure that the accused receives a fair trial. It's a delicate balance, one that requires careful consideration of all the evidence presented. This case also brings to the forefront the importance of supporting victims of sexual abuse, while also ensuring that those accused are given the opportunity to defend themselves against allegations. It's a difficult and nuanced issue, one that demands our attention and our thoughtful consideration. As we conclude today's episode of Charles Travels, I want to leave you with a sense of reflection. These stories, though challenging, are an integral part of our shared human experience. They remind us of the importance of compassion, fairness, and the ongoing pursuit of truth and justice. That's all for today's Charles Travels. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep on traveling.